subject matter experts and people who have practiced that brought together, just come together. I think this is what God wants for us all to be blessed. I believe we will all be blessed today in the name of Jesus. I want to let you know first that the problem we found ourselves now, that we can't even produce what we eat, was premeditated and was done by those who colonized us. What it did was to make us to forget our competitive edge, where we have competitive power, and to focus on what we can sell to them rather than what we can eat. And I'm very, very happy that the focus of everyone that has spoken today is based on first local consumption. Let's meet the needs of companies. And Nigeria is so blessed. We have over 200 million people here. Therefore, we have a very, very solid plan. I'm very happy to have met Madam Yetunde now, Yebisi, and Mr. Farmer, as well as my other friend. And they've all told us a lot. In fact, today I learned something from him. He's talked about upstream. I used to know upstream, downstream, upstream, midstream, and downstream as the value chain within the agribusiness. But today I learned another one. He said upstream, which is the research people. Therefore, I'm going to do that. The notion most people have is that banks finance family. That's the first one I'm going to make sure I take out of your mind. That's one. I'm going to look at how we can finance primary production. I'm going to look at how we can finance secondary production. What I mean by that is when you have produced, processing. I'm going to talk about that. And I'm going to talk about how funding can be secured, even for startups, and we are ready to work beyond that. The two types of loans that will be provided is working capital loan to expand your business and asset finance. Gone are the days when you say, I'm a cocoa exporter, you are only exporting raw cocoa. Who told you you cannot have quality? What do you need to have? You need 100,000 equipment to turn it to international standards and package it and begin to send it both in Nigeria in the supermarket and also outside the country. We'll give that to you. That loan will be equal to $150,000 equivalent in Naira for you to be able to move up the value chain, to move up the value chain and be able to add value to produce. That's for agro processing. Every area of agro processing is involved. And we are not just doing the big players. That means the loan is from $2,500 equivalent to Naira to $150,000. That's for 1 year cash flow. But for equipment, you can get it and pay over 4 years at a very, very good rate. Then the second sector we are also looking at is pharmaceutical. One of the three of them mentioned what happened during the COVID time. We were at the mercy of nations outside Africa. That will never happen again under our watch in the name of Jesus. We want to empower pharmaceutical companies. We want to empower their value chain. You know, what the input to what the pharmaceutical companies use in Nigeria, majorly they are from the farm. Are they not from the farm? Why are we now importing that? Why can't we, working with him, know how to process these outputs from the farm and make them to the standard that is desirable by this pharmaceutical company? That is the area we are focusing on, so that we begin to get those things, we begin to process those things to that standard that can be sold, that will make it all the producers, whether pharmaceutical companies in Nigeria or healthcare companies, they will be able to buy that, and they will be able to use it as their own. That's where we are going. That's on pharmaceutical. The third one is automotive. Automotive, so much potential in that. We now have companies that are, what they do now is to assemble cars in Nigeria. Well, it's good to assemble cars. Maybe you have a Toyota assembly plant, it's okay. But what we don't want in Nigeria and across Africa is for all the parts used in that car to be imported. If we have a very good furniture company, we will empower such companies to produce to the standard of the chairs in this car, and they begin to sell to that. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. There are some parts that can easily be made in the way. Maybe some of the skilled parts and all that. We want to be able to ensure that we reduce the dependency on importation on this, so that we can save more of our effects. You know, this effects issue, part of the problem was the fact that we are import-based economy. If we can reduce our dependency on imported products and imported goods, it will really help to reduce the pressure on the dollar. And the final area is transport and logistics. One of the issues that has been found around Africa is the fact that the flow of trade amongst nations is that based on some of the laws across the country and the fact that there's no well-cut-out means of transporting goods across. That will change. We are going to empower SMEs to be able to do that. I have a client who has, whenever I went to Ekes and Calabar, I used to take his boat. Very professional. Every time I went, I always said, I wish this guy would come to Lagos and do this same thing. If you see the standards, it's far, far better than what we have in Lagos. For this guy we met, he said he wants to begin to show to Cameroon. Now, it's not just people. He wants to begin to take trade. He wants to begin to take goods. Do you understand? To Cameroon, because you have buyers and people there. For such a person who is promoting trade across, you'll be able to do that. You'll be able to say, how many do you need? You'll be able to fund that. These are the missions, as I said earlier. Then the final one is startups. Some of us, we've had these stories and said, you don't know my problem. My problem is that I don't even have money in my pocket to start. It's not that I don't want to start in a small way, but I don't even have families and friends to give me anything. I hope you're getting me, especially the youth. I want to encourage you. I want you to begin now. Look at these opportunities as reeled out by him, by her, by him, and also supported by me. Begin to think on how you can bring innovation to that space. Because there's an open door now. I will tell you the open door. How many of us have heard about the Tony Elube Foundation grants for entrepreneurs? It was the vision of the chairman, that's Tony Elube, to empower 1,000 people every year across Africa, youth across Africa. But coincidentally, this year, we wanted to do it for 10 years. We spent 100 million. That has been spent. But before that, other partners came. I will give you the reason why other partners came. You know Red Cross? Prior to now, Red Cross used to fight fires. When they see that there is war going on somewhere, they will come begin to fight fires. But what they now did is to be proactive to say, what is the cost of most of this conflict? Is it not economic? Is it not because the youth are not empowered? They are hiding, they don't have anything they are doing. What if we find a way to empower them? That will coil the fire before it starts. Say, okay, which platform have we found that is good? That is, you understand, it has the quality is okay and it's not in doubt. You join. Some of them will just say, okay, if you are doing 1,000, we will do 500. Or we'll do it in the northeast. Some state government will come, say we will do 500. When you are picking your people, the next 50 Lagos meeting region, give them two. Who will put that money down? But the good thing is that phase has ended. What is about starting is coalition. Even bodies outside the continent, they are bringing money. They are ready to work from the next tranche. So that where you are getting 1 to 3,000 before, you'll be able to have 50,000, 100,000,